So in this video, I'm going to be going over 3 more flows that you need in every single Klaviyo Shopify account. Now, the reason why these are important is they're going to allow you to basically go ahead and increase your average order value, sell more of your product, and actually some of these actually increase your lifetime value. So it's going to allow you to basically keep your customers around for longer, and it even helps you clean out your list. So these are just going to be the top 3 of those particular flows. Now, if you're like me, you used to dropship and you probably already have some type of brand or even a dropshipping brand, and you know that it's very, very important that you just push more sales. Whether you're dropshipping or whether you have an actual established brand, you want to just keep selling more product. I don't see how anybody would not want that. But you also want to keep those customers around. I know a lot of the times when I used to dropship, I would not care about the whole entire customer lifetime. So essentially, I would just bring more traffic into our site, pay for more traffic, but I wouldn't be concerned about keeping the customer. One of these flows is going to allow you to actually do that, and I arguably all 3 of these flows will actually allow you to do that because it just allows you to just bring more people into the actual customer ecosystem. And also the last one, which is basically list cleaning, where you're actually able to go ahead and automatically clean out people from your list, so they're not profiles you're paying for, or just profiles that are just causing you to go to bounce and go into spam. So that's what we're going to cover in this video. And let's just get right into it. All right, so the flows that we're going to be building out and going over in this video is the one-time cross-sell / upsell, the customer win back, and the sunset. Now, starting with the why we actually even need these flows is this one-time cross-sell will basically trigger when somebody has placed their order on the 4th item that they've ever purchased. So they've basically bought from you 4 different times, and we want to go ahead and say, hey, look, you purchased from us 4 different times. We are going to reward you for doing that. So we go ahead and send this out to people who, you can actually even adjust this to how many times you want to actually hit these people. If you could do 5 times, 6 times, maybe even 3 times. But the whole point of this flow is to basically reward people for basically coming back and shopping with us. And that's all we're going to really talk about within these actual emails. And this is a one-time thing as well. So basically, this will just trigger once. So I know a lot of brands are concerned about rewarding people every single time they make a purchase X amount of times. We can just go ahead and just set this to has not been in the flow at any time. So it's just going to trigger one time for that one person. So next one is the customer win back. Everybody knows about this one. It's essentially for people who have placed an order, but we haven't heard back from them for 2 to 3 months. So it's very important that we actually send this out because a lot of people will place an order and we don't know even where they went. Sometimes they just run out of, they just haven't ran out of product, or they just completely forgot about the brand, which is that is not something we want to do or see, because obviously if somebody places an order, we want them to place an order again. And this one is just very, very non-negotiable. You need to have something like this to basically bring those people back into the actual email account. And then we have the sunset. So the sunset's basically going to allow us to clean out our list. So when you have tons of traffic come to your site and you don't have a way to clean them out, you're going to start experiencing different problems within your actual account. It's going to get very, very, very complicated and very, very hard to deal with if you don't have a way to clean out your profiles. And that's what we're going to go over in this video. So these are the 3 flows, and we're just going to go ahead and build these out. All right, so the first one we're going to be building is the first time, cross-sell right here. Now, a cross-sell is going to allow us to basically tell people, hey, look, you bought this product goes amazing with this product. And upsell is basically doing the same thing, where at the end of the day, cross-sells and upsells are basically the same thing, where you just want to add to somebody's order so you can actually increase their average order value and obviously make more money. So how we're going to build this out is we're going to use this framework right here. So people will enter this flow when they place an order, and they place orders at least 4 overall time. So we're just targeting people who have placed order at least 4 times overall time, and then they placed order 0 times since starting this flow. What this means is when somebody places an order, they haven't actually placed an order since placing an order. So we just want to get those people who haven't actually, said, hey, look, I think I'm going to go ahead and buy another one of these products. So we're only getting those people who are, they're pretty much set in their ways and they don't want to actually make another order. We're just going to hit these people who, haven't actually, they don't intend on placing an order. And then we have people who have not been this way at any time. Like what I said before, we're just going to target people who, first-time people who have, they placed their 4th order overall time. So we're going to be building this from scratch. So create from scratch. We're going to do one-time upsell. We're going to just create flow. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to have this set for place order. So it's exactly like how it is here. So place order, when they placed order, place orders at least 4 overall time, place order 0 times since starting flow and has not been flow. So we're going to go ahead and build this out. So as you can see, it's exactly the way we laid it out. So we have the metric and the trigger is place order. Place order is at least 4 overall time. Placed order 0 times since starting this flow and has not been in the flow at any time. So you're going to confirm and save. And this is how it's going to look. So now we have it set up. All we really need to do is just add the content. So all we have to do is just go to email. We'll pop in our email. And typically what we do is we wait around 15 minutes before sending this out. Now you can, again, this is one of those things where you can always just test different like timing variations. You could always test 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It really doesn't matter. But since we want to hit these people with a cross sell, and since it is an upsell when they actually place an order, we want to go for something more, more recent than when they just place orders, because they just basically hit the place order button and they're already in the buying mood. So we just go ahead and hit them with this email very soon, like around 15 minutes. You can test 30, you can test an hour. It's really up to you. But we're just going to choose 15 minutes for now. And then you just go ahead and send the emails, right? What we like to do, just like I said in every video, is we like to turn this off. If you really want people to just get these emails, they're very personalized and they're meant to be targeting people at a specific point in the customer journey. We don't want smart sending on, because this will basically skip those people we want to hit at a specific point. If you want to turn smart sending on, you could just do that for your campaigns. And obviously you just have Google right here. If you guys have UTM tracking, and you just hit save, you're obviously going to go ahead and configure your email content. It's always going to look very different for every single brand. So you can just go ahead and just select any type of template that fits your brand. And then when you go ahead and create that, it's just going to allow you to basically go ahead and configure your subject line, the email name, and then the preview text, sender name, etc., etc. And here's an example of one of those cross sells. So you made your 4th purchase at Lark Farm these past months. We are so thankful you probably were eyeing another item on our site. So essentially what we're doing here is we're basically telling them, hey, look, you're probably looking at other products. So you might as well, take the time to go ahead and, create, add to your order, or use this discount at checkout to basically get all those products you've been eyeing. Because a lot of times people will go and they'll make an order, but they know they wanted another product. They know they wanted another flavor or whatever. So this is basically targeting those people, targeting that pain point of just the fact that they just didn't get what they wanted to because they wanted to save money, or they just wanted to save money. They don't want to, get everything that they wanted to. So how long should this last? Usually, if this is something that you really want to convert people on, it's really going to just depend on how aggressive you want to be with this. Usually these are like 3 emails long, but you can always do like 4 or 5. At the end of the day, it's all really just going to depend on how aggressive you want to be with these. But I think if you can just angle it in a way that's actually valuable to the customer, you can go as long as you want with them. Obviously, this is an upsell at the end of the day, so you don't want to go too much, but you do want to basically make sure you're angling it so you're actually talking to the customer, just like we did here. In this example, we're talking about how they're probably eyeing another product where you're getting a discount. Sometimes we do like to give a discount within these actual emails, so they know that they have an incentive to actually come back and make a purchase. And then we have like a very clear CTA with the coupon right here. And you can also add some urgency as well. So this one, for example, would last for 48 hours. So essentially this would probably be like 3 emails long max, or 4 emails. So that's basically what we're doing within these actual cross sells. And then obviously we have reminders that just keep on going. This was 3 emails long, so just kept it very, very direct and straight to the point. And yeah, that's basically how we go ahead and build out this entire one-time upsell flow. So now we're going to go ahead and build out the next flow. So this next flow is basically very, very, very easy to build out because Klaviyo already built this out for us. So typically with this customer win-back flows, what we're doing is we're basically hitting people with emails because we haven't heard back from them for 2 months, 3 months, or even 4 months or 5 months. Typically it's 2 to 3 months though. And the reason why these are important is because, again, we want people to place orders. Like, I think that's a very, very simple answer to answer that question. At the end of the day, like, people will place an order and they just won't come back. And we need a way to get those people back. So in this customer win-back flow, that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish. That is exactly what we're trying to accomplish. A lot of brands simply don't understand the fact that, like, when you're creating these emails, you shouldn't struggle to create these emails, because you should just understand that these people are only, there's so many different reasons why somebody doesn't actually make a purchase. All you really need to do is get into the mind of your customer and just try to figure out, okay, if I bought my product, what would I be thinking that would be keeping me from, like, coming back after like 2 to 3 months? Could it be that our supplies we give a lot of serving size? So basically it's like a 60-day serving size, and that's probably why people aren't coming back. Is it because we messed up on shipping? Is it because of maybe our products are just not up to par compared to our competitors? These are different questions you need to answer within these actual emails. And as soon as you're able to answer these questions, you can just print out as many emails as you want, because you just know exactly what needs to go within the content of these actual emails. So Customer win back, it's very, very simple. All we're really doing is saying place order. People basically enter this when they place an order, and then they place the order 0 times since placing this order. So how this is going to look, if we go to, we can actually build this out from scratch because it's not going to let me do it by conventional means. So we're just going to do customer win back. We're going to choose placed order, and we're going to choose this filter right here, placed order 0 times since starting this flow. Same way we have it here. It's always good to have a reference. Then we have how it looks, and then we're hit save. And this is how you build it out. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to drag your email, but this is the most important one. You're just going to drag this guy right here, the time delay. Now, the time delay is going to be set to around 60 to like 90 days. I wouldn't go anywhere lower than 60, lower than actually 30, because at the end of the day, you want people to have time to actually enjoy your products, and you probably have a certain serving size on your products. For example, CPG brands have serving sizes, so we need to basically factor that in. So different for every single brand. What we're going to do is we're going to do, let's just do 30, and what we like to do as well is add a split. So what we're going to do is we're going to do conditional split, and then we're going to do a random sample, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add another time delay. We can just hit this, clone this, and it's going to, let's just set that to 60 days. And then you can always just clone this guy right here and drag that there. Equal to. So what did I just do? What I'm doing is I'm splitting this based on a 50% random sample, testing a 30-day time delay versus a 60-day time delay. Now, like I said before, this is going to depend based on how the serving size of your actual product. If you're selling mattresses, it's going to look very different from a supplement company. But typically, when it comes to e-commerce, standard e-commerce of just like health, CPG, actually using a product and waiting for it to last and finish up, customer comes back, orders again, certain amount of time goes by, they come back and order again. You want to consider that when you're actually building this out. Standard, we're going to do 30 days and 60 days, and what we're going to be looking for is how these are actually performing. Are people buying at a 30-day time frame after 30 days, or are they buying after 60 days? And then basically you're going to run this for basically, let's just say like 4 or 5 months. And you're going to basically look at the data and see which one is actually performing based on how your customers are actually reacting to these time differences. It's going to do this on a 50% sample. So basically 50% will go here and 50% will go here. So this is how you build out your customer win back. And in terms of content, again, you want to just consider, what is my customer thinking when they come through these flows? Who does my customer even look like? These are important answers they need to address before you actually build these out. And once you understand them, you never run out of ideas, right? As soon as you just know your customer, you just don't run out of ideas. You just know exactly who you're writing to. You know exactly who you're targeting. And this is an example of a customer win back email. So if we go to the win backs, it's been a good 2 to 3 months since your order. So here's your friendly checkup, running low on tasty large gallon goods, and we're basically just trying to get them in the mood. We're just trying to capitalize off the fact that they ordered again, and it's been some time, and now it's time to just come back. And we just have some testimonials right here and sometimes we'll actually even have the product, like dynamically add the product here, so they remember the product that they actually ordered. So these are just some examples of what we do, and now we're just going to move on to the next flow, which is the sunset. So the next flow we're going to be building out is the sunset flow. Now, the sunset flow is going to allow you to clean out your list. This is the flow that's going to allow us to have the higher deliverability and also just keep our emails delivering. Like, if you don't have this in place and you don't actually have a process to clean out your list, your emails are going to go to spam, your emails are going to get bounced, and you're obviously going to have a very, very bad deliverability. And since your emails aren't getting delivered, they're not going to convert as much because you're just not hitting their inboxes. So how this is going to look is when people qualify for a certain segmentation criteria, they're going to enter this sunset flow. And the way we have the segmentation criteria right here is what I've been using for 2 years now. And it can always be modified to what you actually want within your actual segmentation criteria. You can always, make it more strict. You can make it more lenient. For example, we have it as open email 0 times in the last 90 days and clicked email 0 times in the last 90 days. Active on site email, active on site 0 times in the last 45 days. I'm not sure why this is here. Place order 0 times in the last 45 days. And we have receive emails at least 10 overall time. So we're basically going to go over how to actually create this. And unfortunately, Klaviyo went ahead and built this out for us. So we're going to basically use that. And yeah, we're just going to go through this. All right, so how do we go ahead and build out a sunset flow? What we're going to start with is we're going to go to our lists and segments. And the main thing that you need is the sunset segment built out. So we have it built out here, the sunset unengaged segment. Open email 0 times in the last 90 days. Click the email 0 times in the last 90 days. And active on site 0 times in the last 45 days. Place order 0 times in the last 45 days. And receive emails at least 10 overall time. So what this is saying is all these people are just very, very heavily unengaged within our actual email list. And we don't want these people to just basically take up space and not be, quite frankly, useful in our actual email list. We want these people to be engaged because that's what they signed up for. But we're not just going to kick these people out. We're going to send them some last farewell emails to try to engage them and bring them back over. So once we create this thing, engagement segment, by the way, this right here is basically saying that these people are actually active and they actually can receive emails. You can always read this description right here. That's basically saying these people are active within our actual list and they are not suppressed. The reason why we want to suppress these people and not delete them is because when we suppress people, their information, their data, all that stuff is archived, as opposed to just being deleted, but we can't even use it whenever we actually want to. And also, when you suppress people, they can always resubscribe very easily. Even if you delete them, they can always resubscribe. So at the end of the day, these people have a choice to come back if they actually want to. So the flow is very simple because it allows us to, Klaviyo allowed us to just basically use their template. And it's a very, very simple flow when you have this segment in place. So we're just going to type in sunset. And as you can see, it's built out here for us. So this description is proper list cleaning is critical to maintaining good email deliverability. Use this flow to sunset unengaged subscribers. So since we have that segment built out, we're going to go ahead and select our segment, which is this one right here. And then we're going to hit create flow. So this is how it looks. When somebody's added to our segment with the criteria, what the profile filters say is open email 0 times since starting this flow and click the email 0 times since starting this flow. So we're hitting these people who are only not actually engaging with our emails. So we're going to send them, we send around 3 emails in this actual flow. Klaviyo will have it as 2 right here as their standard template, but we like to just send 3 farewell emails, just to try to bring people back as much as we can. And you can actually increase this as well. You can increase it to like 4 or 5 days if you really, really want those people to stay within your actual list. You don't want them to be suppressed. So what we have right here is we're only going to hit these people if they're really, really just not opening or clicking our actual emails. So, and this is open and click, so it's a little bit more strict. So time to say goodbye. This is basically the content that we have within this template. You can always brand this to whatever you actually want it to be branded to. Obviously, this is a lot uglier. But basically the gist of this email is saying we haven't seen you around lately and we want to respect your inbox and only send emails that you want to receive. So if they decide to go, we're going to miss them. And obviously don't forget, if you unsubscribe, you can always come back. What we like to do is obviously make these emails a lot more prettier, but also we like to have an offer within the actual emails. So we put like 5% off, 10% off, just to get people to come back and make a purchase. And obviously that's going to allow them to not fit this criteria anymore because they either open the email or they click the email, or they placed an order, or they were just active on the site. Any of these activities are going to basically qualify these people to basically not be qualified for this flow. So it's going to basically kick them out because they went ahead and met these engagement criteria. And that's what we want. We want to engage people. But you'll be surprised at how many people will, enter this flow, but then go all the way to the last email, all the way to this last stage right here and just not actually engage. And then we have to go ahead and suppress them. So once they pass through this whole entire flow, they're going to get marked as unengaged as true. Now, what this means is it's going to allow us to basically tag people who are unengaged. And we're going to go ahead and suppress them based on that tag. So how that looks is if we go to, before we jump out here, I would go ahead and you could always adjust the time delay as well. You can adjust the time of the send as well. You can always adjust, you would basically just put this to whatever your brand preferences are. Make it so it's like on brand and make it so it's like more specific to you guys. So we're going to hit exit. We're going to go to lists and segments. And as you saw right here, we have sunset unengaged. That's the segment that we used. And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically have these people being tagged as unengaged as true. So if we go to this example right here, this is my account. You're going to see that I mark myself as unengaged as true. Now you're going to have actual real profiles being marked as unengaged as true. This is just an example. But now that we have a profile that's tagged as unengaged as true, we're going to be able to go over to, for example, if we go to this account, like this is a segment for people who are unengaged. That's true. You see that one of the members, which is basically me, because I'm the only one in this account, is marked as unengaged. That's true. So this is how the definition looks. Properties about someone, unengaged, it's true, Boolean, and then you just hit update segment or add segment if you didn't build it out yet. And then what you're going to do is you're going to basically just take this segment for unengaged equals true, and you're going to export the segment as a CSV. And when you export it as a CSV, you're going to go to Profiles, View Suppress Profiles, and then import that CSV right here. So you're going to have hundreds, maybe thousands of people who just never actually engage with your emails, and it's going to allow you to basically suppress those people so you're not paying for them, as well as just you have a way to clean out your list. You have a way to clean out all the spammers, clean out all the bouncers, and keep your deliverability as high as possible. If you guys want something done for your account, whether you're a dropshipping store or a Shopify brand, feel free to reach out. Our website's mvlbmedia.com. We write the emails, design the emails. We basically just do done for email marketing and SMS marketing as well. That was the end of this video. Let me know if you guys liked it. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you guys want this implanted for you guys. Take care.